Today we're putting this grill to the test. The Turbo E is an electric grill that claims to be able to replace your charcoal one. I don't know about that, everybody, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna be cooking different proteins so that we can see what it can handle. I say that is enough talking and let's grill.
And the first thing I wanted to try was chicken thighs. We all know thighs are better than breast. Like every chicken, it needs a lot of flavor. For that, into a bowl I threw in some garlic, followed by garam masala, baharat, sumac, salt, and avocado oil. Then I mixed everything well and immediately threw in my chicken. Next up, to let it marinate for 3 hours. Because once that was done, I set the grill to 330 degrees Fahrenheit and immediately threw my chicken in there. Then I closed the lid and let it cook. Every 10 minutes, I would open it up and flip the chicken. And after about 30 minutes, my chicken was fully cooked. Check it out. This is what I was left with. It seems like it was nicely cooked, and as soon as I started slicing it, I got confirmation. Now to make this taste even better, I went ahead and did a simple recipe. Into a pan I threw in some avocado oil, followed by red onions, and a generous amount of sumac. Then I seasoned it with salt, followed by baharat. Now I mixed that up real good and let it cook nice and slow. Because in the end I was left with this, an extremely flavorful caramelized onions. To finish it off, I got some naan bread, followed by the beautiful caramelized onions. Then I added some Mexican crema, followed by the chicken thighs, and to finish it off, a generous amount of parsley followed by olive oil. Now I have a feeling this chicken is gonna be real good because even though this was the first thing I tested on the grill, we gotta run some more. So next up, I chose pork belly. Now here's the deal with pork belly. It will always have a good amount of fat. So whenever you're getting one, make sure to look for one that has the most amount of meat as possible. And the first thing to do is to add a nice marinade. And this one is quite simple. Into a pan I threw in some avocado oil, followed by green onions, ginger, and garlic. Mix that up and cook it for a little bit. Then I added some mirin, soy sauce, some Shaoxing wine, and sesame oil. Stirred that up and brought everything together. It is very important to keep this under low heat because once everything has been combined, I threw it into a bowl and let it cool off. Because the next thing to do is to go ahead and apply it to the whole pork belly. The most important thing is to ensure that every single edge is fully covered with it. The more, the better. But at the same time, I did not want to run out of this marinade because as we're cooking it, I will also be basting it. Talking about that, I set the grill to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and immediately put the pork belly in there. First thing to do was to get a nice little crust. Every 1 minute, I would flip. You gotta keep in mind one thing. There's a lot of sweetness in this marinade, so I'm expecting it to get really dark because once I was happy with the crust, I set the grill to the low 300s and closed the lid for 2 hours. Once the time was up, check it out. Exactly what I was expecting. And as soon as I sliced, now that is what I'm talking about. It rendered the fat nicely, and on top of that, we got a nice caramelization. But just like the previous one, we're not gonna eat the pork belly by itself. So I went ahead and made it extra special. Into a wok, I threw in some sesame oil, followed by chili oil, soy sauce, and hoisin sauce. Mixed that up a little bit and immediately threw in some cooked noodles. You can literally use any noodles you like. Because to finish it off, I added some green onions, tossed that up a little bit, and it was time to plate. I first went in with the noodles, followed by the beautiful pork belly, and a generous amount of sesame seeds. Now that is nice and easy to make. And I can tell you one thing, friends, it smells phenomenal. But there's one more thing that I wanted to try with this grill, because this pork belly looks fantastic. However, I'm a steak guy, so let's put that to the test. For this cook, I chose skirt steak. There's only one issue with skirt steaks nowadays. They are no longer as cheap as they used to be. That's a bummer, because this is a phenomenal tasting steak. For the seasoning, I kept it real simple. A good amount of salt, freshly ground black pepper, and garlic powder. I made sure to season it properly, because once I'd done so, I set the grill to its hottest setting and immediately threw in my steak. Here's the thing with skirt steaks though, you want to cook it as fast as possible. That is the key. If not, you're gonna run into trouble of overcooking it. And most importantly, you want to make sure that your grill is super hot. So once I was done cooking, I immediately took it off, let the whole steak rest. I first sliced it this way because the next cut must be against the grain. Check out the results. And just like the previous recipes, I'll be making a full meal out of these steaks. First up, to make a salsa. Into a super hot pan, I threw in some avocado oil, immediately followed by tomatoes and onions, a generous amount of garlic, and some chili de árbol. Then you want to cook that up and get a little bit of color. As soon as they were looking like this, you want to throw everything into the blender, followed by cilantro, salt, and black pepper. Cover the whole thing up and blend it on high. As in the end, you are left with a nice, simple, and easy sauce. This is perfect to go along with some tacos. So I quickly toasted up some tortilla, then added a generous amount of those steaks, followed by some cilantro and onions, and of course you can't forget the sauce. I have a feeling these are going to be fantastic. But the question is, I want to know your opinion on this grill. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the results. Because even though he cooked everything, the most important thing is how is it going to taste? Well, let's find out right now.
But before the taste test, let's talk about the Turbo E grill. First, the features. It uses advanced carbon fiber infrared heating. It gives a concentrated heat distribution, meaning you can get a similar flavor intensity of charcoal grilling with an electric grill. It's got a large cooking chamber that has plenty of space, making this grill perfect for family gatherings and parties. This grill is also super easy to use. You can plug it into any outlet that is 120 volts. It also has safety features, like automatic power off overheat protection. The design of the lid helps prevent grease from dripping, minimizing the risk of flare-ups due to the flameless electric design. This grill is perfect and safe for using on condos or apartment balconies. If you're interested in purchasing the Turbo E, you can buy it in Amazon. The link will be on the description. Plug in, play big with the Turbo E outdoor grill. Enjoy effortless grilling that is easy to use anywhere. Check out the link on the description to learn more and enjoy flameless and electric grilling all summer long. All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful feast. Gentlemen, are you guys hungry?
Looks saucy, looks delicious.
Oh, yes, it does. Looks good. I'm not saying anything today. I want to know your honest opinion because I'll give you guys my review in the end. What do you think?
I think that I can't wait to eat this food because I am so hungry.
It looks like foods from different areas of the world right now. I don't know.
Basically, what it is we got steak, chicken, and pork. Okay, we're going to start with the chicken. Your favorite?
My favorite.
All right, so this chicken here, I want to know your honest opinion. I'm not even going to describe to you guys what it is.
You say you're testing a grill here, Guga?
Yes, look, just tell me how it tastes. I also want to know how well the meat is cooked. Give me your honest opinion on this one. Let's see. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Yo, that is amazing.
That's good, huh?
Yeah, I'm not even the biggest fan of onions, but that chicken is so good.
What do you guys feel?
Definitely some Indian vibe to it. But there's also like tart acidityness that kind of like balance things out really nicely. The chicken is so perfectly seasoned and it's still tender.
Yeah, very, very tender. You guys like it?
I love it.
I'm a fan.
The chicken is juicy. The sauce adds a beautiful moisture as well. Like overall, this is freaking fantastic.
So to cook chicken, what do you guys think? Thumbs up?
Big thumbs up from me.
I'll say this, to cook chicken on that grill is very easy to do. You know, you just plug and play and that's it. So, you want to try a taco?
Yeah.
This is a hefty amount. You see that?
The thickest taco I've ever had.
All right, enough talking. Let me know how it tastes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay.
Unpleasantly surprised.
Uh-oh. It tastes bad?
No charcoal flavor at all.
No charcoal flavor.
The steak is good, but it tastes like it's a little bit uneven, right? There's some pieces that are a little bit softer than others. It's kind of weird. But the sauce is delicious. The vegetables, the onions add a nice flavor there too.
You don't feel the spice, Leo?
Oh, I feel that spice.
Yeah, it's a little spicy in there.
Overall, how do you like the taste of the whole thing?
I think the flavors are nice, right? You can taste the beef, the taco is nice, the vegetables and sauce add a nice flavor. I really like it in general. The only downsides are that you're missing the charcoal flavor and the steak is unevenly cooked.
Yeah,
Fair
if I
enough.
had some charcoal on this, that would be so good.
Got your feedback on the steaks? I want to know the pork belly. Yeah? Let's go. Let's dig in. How does it smell? Smell good?
It looks like it's got a great char on it.
Some parts look like they're missing a little bit of char.
Well, let me know how it tastes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Wow. Surprisingly soft and sweet.
This one here, the noodles are a little bit creamy. And with that pork belly that has that sweetness, it just blends perfect. I don't know.
Right.
But I will say, I agree. Some parts of the actual pork belly do have a really strong char as opposed to some other parts.
And you
But
can feel it, right?
you could, yeah, in your mouthfeel, you could feel it.
I love how different all of these recipes are, right? This pork belly is so fatty, it's so rich, and it's so different from everything else we've had, but it's still very soft, and I love the marinade on the outside of the pork. Like, it almost caramelized in some areas, giving like a nice char and flavor, but in other areas, to Angel's point, it's missing that char.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Which one do you guys like better out of all of this?
Oh, I'm going with the chicken.
I hate to agree with him.
know,
I'm
right?
gonna go with chicken.
The chicken tastes so good, everybody. Damn, I should have made more chicken because this chicken is phenomenal.
And the marinade on the actual chicken itself too is just money, dude.
I cannot believe we like the chicken better. The chicken is very good, everybody. I'm not gonna lie.
This is a great video. I feel like we traveled the world with all these different flavor profiles and everything was good, but the chicken was definitely the winner.
Everything is so different, but if we're just talking about the protein itself, I think this works. It's not 100% perfect.
Out of the three proteins, I think the grill did the best on the chicken. The pork belly was good. It wasn't perfect, but the steak was the only issue.
So here's where I stand. This is not a charcoal grill. We already got that out of the way. But it's a good replacement, especially if you can't use charcoal. You know, a lot of places you can't use it, everybody. It's also nicely sized. How easy and convenient it is to use by just plugging it in and turning it on. If you want convenience, there you go. And if that's what you're looking for, sport, then this grill will work for you. And if you want to learn more about it, check it out in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.